What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Ondo today and PLI at the request of Clay Cow and Daniel Bandini. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, you guys, and let's get into it. Thank you all for being here. Sitting here at about $1.53 for Ondo. We'll talk about Ondo first, and then we'll talk about PLI, right? Looking at it on a weekly basis, you got pretty overbought, the most overbought that you've ever been, which isn't saying much because you've only really existed since the beginning for about a year now. But the most overbought you've ever been, pulled back, cooled way the hell off, and where you pulled back to, you found support at your previous all-time high. So this is actually very structurally sound. I like this a lot. From this relative low here to this relative high here, you tipped your 382. Generally speaking, in a strong move, you do expect to find support at the 382, which you did, or at least it seems that you are doing right now. I think whenever you get above the 236, above the $1.57.5 mark there, that would green light you immediately for new all-time highs, right? New highs relative to this. So let's run with that idea. Let's pretend that you do see new all-time highs, and I obviously do think that you will. Ondo is one of those coins that whenever people ask me what's a good coin to invest in, Ondo is one of those coins that I talk about. $1.53 right now, going from your 1272, pulling back to your 886, very bullish indeed. Likely you will see targets not just at your 1414, but your 1618. So that's all the way up at $2.90. You're at $1.52 now. That's a little bit on the low end for what I'm expecting the average crypto to do over the coming month and a half. I don't know if you go all the way up to 386, but I think it's very possible that you could. So something probably between about like 290 to 386 is on the table, and it's possible, I suppose, that you could go even higher, but 435, 440 is probably where I cut it off, right? Ondo could make a run, and it is completely possible that it goes all the way up to 587. It could happen, but I would more suspect that you probably land somewhere between about $4 and $3 by the end of February. That's my thoughts for Ondo, okay? So that's that. Bouncing off the 60, it looks really good. Looking at the daily time frame, if we look at the RSI here, I mean, the RSI, actually, yeah, I think it looks good too. You just broke that downtrend. You look like you're moving up. Yeah, and you broke your downtrend in the price. You might move down a little bit, down to about $1.50. You're at $1.53 now, so that's not too low at all, $1.49, and then move up from there. But I definitely do suspect that you'll be moving up, if not like today or tomorrow, sometime within this next week, and certainly going into the week after this, right? So that's Ondo. Let's talk about PLI now. Actually, I can already hear you guys real quick before we move on to PLI. A lot of you are wondering, what's the all-time high potential for Ondo? And this chart just came about a year ago, so it's not appropriate of me to say. It really is not appropriate of me to say, but we can kind of guess. We can try to guess based off of a very simple metric idea, is that it's at 2.12 billion right now. Most cryptos, all cryptos, nearly every crypto that's ever existed, they don't see $100 billion in their first market. They don't. If they're legitimate coins, right? They don't actually see that. That's not normally what happens. So 2.12. I mean, some see that, right? But they're illegitimate coins. It's like a fake market cap, a highly inflated BS. It's not real. But real coins don't see $100 billion market cap. So being at 2 billion, being that this is your first cycle, I doubt you see a 50x. 50x would take you probably even a 48x. So we can take that off the table, right? So anything, let's just say a 48x and down. Come on now, buddy. There we go. 48, that would put you probably a little bit like right there. Yeah, let's do that. Right around there. Yeah, you probably will not Ondo exceed $68. You probably don't even get near there, to be completely fair. But 2.12 billion, you could see a $20 billion market cap. I think you could. You could see a 60 billion. You could see an 80 billion. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. At a 40x, you're going to be just over an $80 billion market cap. So 40x puts you here. And once you see a 40x, by the way, it's like right there. It's just below there. That, once you exceed that line, that's whenever you start to kind of leave the realm of realistic possibilities. I'd say 80 billion is pushing it, okay? And then a 10x is kind of at the minimum end of that realistic end of possibilities for Ondo. So $15 is a very achievable target, in other words, right? And then a 20x I think would be nice and right in the middle. Obviously it's in the middle here, but 20x just to get that price on there. Something around like a $40 billion, just above a $40 billion. Very, very doable, achievable goal to have there. And that's a 20x from here. So Ondo being at $1.52, I don't think it'll see 100x. I don't think it'll see a 60x, and it probably doesn't even see a 50x, right? But a 40x at the most, it could see $61 to $68 being the max potential range I'd give it. But the general kind of expectation would be something likely around 30 bucks, at a minimum 15 bucks, but around 30 bucks, give or take 5 or 10 bucks in either direction, right? That'd be my expectation. So really probably 50 to 20 bucks might be the best expectation, but close to 30 bucks if I really had to guess. But again, it is a total guess. We don't know. Not enough price action to dictate that, so all we have is a guess of what a worthy market cap might be. But that's Ondo. PLI, because a lot of you asked for PLI with Ondo. PLI here, having a little bit of life in it, right? Breaking out of this downtrend, moving up, consolidating. You're at your 123 moving average here, this weekly line. I suspect you do move up higher. I think unlike the rest of these times, you're not going to move down. You're going to move up. So if you're going to move up, I think it's appropriate to measure from this high here to this low here and project out from there. So all the way up to the 0.5 and back down, kind of a weird area to consolidate. Likely your next target, you're at about 4.1 cents now. Your next target is 8.8 cents to 11.3 cents. I feel very confident about that. I think that's where you're going to go probably by the end of February. That's my guess. By the end of the cycle, again, it's not fair of me to guess, because this is such a new coin. It hasn't existed for too long. But with as low of a market cap as you have at 6.1 million, sky's the limit, man. You could see 100x, you could see a 10x, you could see 1,000x. You really could see 1,000x with this coin, but I doubt it, right? You might see 100x, but I don't know. It's hard to say. It's a lot riskier of a coin, but the aspects, the promise it has is a lot higher as well. But that's all I got for you guys. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one.